Welcome to town, Billy Donovan. I'm Barry Tramel, along with the new Thunder coach. We're here at Chesapeake Arena, and Billy, you're bringing the Long Island accent west of the Mississippi. How excited are you at this opportunity to talk to, teach, coach this talented roster?
I'm really excited. What a tremendous opportunity and honor. You know, as I said up at the press conference, I think a lot of it had to do with feeling aligned on a vision and a purpose and a focus and a value system that I kind of really believed in, because I think that being at Florida for 19 years, there was a certain environment, you know, I wanted to create there that I believed went into being successful. And I think there was some parallels and some similarities to what Sam had talked to me about with this Thunder organization and team. And, you know, I didn't really know the Thunder. I knew them from watching them on TV, but I didn't really know them. And Sam was gracious enough to really go into great depth about what he's looking to do and wants to do. So I'm really excited about it. It's this, to be honest with you, this is really hard, because there's an excitement here, but there's 19 years at a place where a lot of deep-rooted relationships that, not that they'll go away, but just having to pick up an entire life and move to a place that I don't know anybody, you know, and that's difficult. I just, thank goodness my family's been so supportive.
You obviously been a successful coach, highly successful at Florida, but you're going to coaching 20-year-olds. Now you're going to be coaching 24-year-olds, 26-year-olds, 28-year-olds. Basketball's basketball, but communicating with people, are you going to have to change the way you communicate and the way you coach?
Yeah, I don't know if change is the right word, but I definitely think an awareness of how to deal with guys. I think there's probably maybe a little bit more of a maturity with these guys than maybe there are with some college guys now. That could be very much a positive. But I do think it all comes down to relationships, because at the core, you know, we all want to be loved, we all want to be accepted, and we all want to be appreciated for who we are. And I think every human being on the face of this earth is yearning to be understood and to have relationships. And I think sometimes when you look at Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, it's so easy to see them as these iconic, unbelievably ultra-talented basketball players, which they are, but they're also human beings too. So I've got to get to a place where I can continue to work to develop a relationship with those guys, where there's trust built up, where we can have honest dialogue and open discussions, and we can be truthful and honest and get to, you know, what the reality and the truth is. And I think that's going to take time. That's the challenge, I think, for me, is I don't have these deep-rooted relationships with, like, all these people here. And it's going to take an incredible amount of effort and energy on my part to try to do that.
From the early reports, from what Sam Presti said, what others have said, that's been a strength of yours, though, is relationships with people, going back to your days with Rick Pitino and on through your own head coaching career. How have you been able to develop and build those relationships in the past?
Well, you know, I think the one thing is, anytime you can really show a great level of care and concern for somebody and compassion and want to see a person grow and develop, I think one of the things we've tried to do at Florida has been player development. And when you talk about player development, you know, we're down there on the floor with our guys, working with them, helping them get better. But the relationship piece of it is I've always been a big believer that I'm only as good in anything in my life as the person sitting next to me. I'm only as good as a husband as my wife standing next to me. And I've always taken great value in trying to raise the value of other people around me. One, I think it enriches their life, and two, it's going to enrich my life. It's going to make me better. So that's always been a big priority for me, is that having a humility and an awareness that you're only as good as the people you're around. And, you know, I could sit there and say, okay, you know, 19 years at Florida, it's all me. Well, I had a great administration, great president, great athletic director, great assistant coaches, and really good players. I was a very small piece of it. And I'm just a part of this and a piece of this here with the Thunder. I'm just hoping I can bring value, you know, to the organization and help these guys on the court, because it's about the players.
Thanks a lot, Billy. Billy Donovan, his first day as the Thunder coach. Stay tuned for further Thunder coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.